What does Martha Stewart and Kanye have in common?
Well, I know she's close with Snoop Dogg. Have you not seen the commercials for the lighters? And she's like, "It's for cooking," and then he's like, "It's for something else."
I love the visual of Snoop Dogg, Martha Stewart, and Kanye all just hanging out, the best of pals.
Yeah.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. Welcome back to another episode of PM in the AM, a comedy broadcast.
Let's
Oh
go.
my, dude, I cannot. I didn't pull up the notes this time that you sent me. I don't even know if I'm going to finish the intro now. I think broadcasts don't have intros. I don't think so. Welcome into PM in the AM. Off to a great start.
I do have to say, Blake, I mean, you started out so hot right there with
man.
Wiki, with that little, is that a DJ move that you were doing?
That's what I was going for. Yeah, I was going for a little wicka. You know, I was, and then I just scratched the little thing, and it didn't work after that because we get into a broadcast. And my name is Blake Bushman, though. I'm joined by co-host Porter McNeely. Porter, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Blake. For those who are first-time listeners, this is a comedy podcast for listeners of all ages. The show is designed to make you laugh out loud no matter where you're listening, and we're going to, share some hilarious stories. We've got the celebrity segment coming up where we are going to have to guess celebrities based off of insane facts that you probably don't know about them, which is pretty exciting. And then we're going to get some amazing advice from Blake. So I'm really excited for the show today. I think you did a great job, even though you crashed and burned. It happens,
That's happened twice now. I've done the intro twice, and I have not successfully made it all the way through a single time. So we're doing really well. Happy to be here.
And I'm not going to start making fun of you for it until you get to about 20 times, because I think I'm at like 25 times, and you're at 2 right now. And so as we cut the gap down, which we could just let you have it every week to cut the gap down until you just have it rolling off the tongue like I do.
Yeah, we probably should give me a warm-up round first before we even press record. You tell me we're recording. You say, Blake, we're live. Let's do it. I'll do a dry run, fall flat on my face. We'll regroup at the beginning, and I'll try it again and see if it works out a little bit better. But I'll get it eventually.
Well, I couldn't think of a better way to start the show. Wait a minute. I actually did think of something pretty cool, Blake. So we have a Morning Crew review this week that came over on Apple Podcasts that you're going to read for us. And we're really excited. So shout out to whoever sent this one in.
Yeah, this one comes in from G. Balling 1984.
Good year.
Great, 5 stars, great hosts, and full of laughs. You get exactly what they say you will. Solid hosts and funny content. Completely engaging and definitely made me laugh out loud on many occasions.
Let's go.
And I really like that one because it was just talking us out. Like it was really that we're doing a good job, and that's what's important to me. The content can be whatever, but as long as the hosts are there, I mean, I feel like we made it.
Yeah, I mean, as I was hearing that review, I was thinking of, one of the best things you can get, if you're a young man and you're trying to earn the respect of, let's say, your father or a boss or something, and all of a sudden you get a nice little pat on the back and you just know that the respect has been earned. That's what that review felt like for me. That was a good one. I think we should keep that one at the top.
Yeah,
that was warm and fuzzy.
They did say that they get exactly what we say they will, which I think is good because we say we're going to make them laugh. But I feel like at this point we have to, lower it down a little bit, just reduce expectations so that when we exceed them, it comes across as even better. Because I don't want to just, what you get is what you get. I want to be them just blown away with, under promise and over deliver, as they say.
Yeah, I mean, I have been a fan of that method as well, but I think if we change the intro to be a comedy podcast that you're probably not going to laugh at, but maybe a couple of times, I think people might turn it
A
off.
mediocre comedy podcast.
By two non-comedian
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, I mean,
By two losers in their wife's office.
dang, you really had to take that shot. That one hurt, Blake.
No,
But
I mean, look at where I'm at. It's the same for both of us. It's
I mean, yeah.
yeah.
Well, let's move on, Blake. And we've got the situational awareness segment, the segment where listeners send us in their problems. You know, they need advice, they need help, and we are here for that. And so we've got some good questions. We're going to go over a couple this week. And so, yeah, the first one I have here, sent in anonymously. I think they don't want to ruffle any feathers, but it says, I need help. Me and my family made friends with the neighbors. They invite us over from time to time, and it usually is great, other than the fact that they start screaming at their kids in front of us. What should I do when I'm standing there as they are yelling at their kids?
Did this ever happen to you growing up where you were at your friend's house and like, you know, they weren't supposed to have friends over until they cleaned their room and you were over there and their parents just start ripping them up, and it was the most uncomfortable thing that I can ever imagine. So I can't imagine that if I was at somebody's house, it would be any different than it was when I was a kid, because it was an awful experience every time.
Oh, absolutely. As it's happening, you're just thinking one thing. You're like, you know, I would gladly just show myself out. You know, I know where the door is.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just see you tomorrow. I know the way that this is going to end. This isn't going to end in us hanging out the rest of the day. I mean, today's over. The best case scenario is tomorrow if he's not grounded. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but I don't know, from like an adult situation, like that changes it, doesn't it?
I imagine. I mean, I think as an adult and a kid, though, there's really only one thing. Well, there's two things you can do. A is leave. You can just get up and walk out. That's even easier as an adult because we have a means of transportation. And if this is your neighbor, you can, you know, just run home and, you know, you'll be on your couch before they even notice you're gone because they're too busy chewing out their kids. Or the other option is that wall that you're sitting next to becomes the most interesting wall that you've ever seen. And you just stare at it. You examine every little thing. You don't even realize that they're yelling because you are just admiring the wall of their house. Like it could be a family picture from 6 years ago and you're just, wow. And you look at that thing until the screaming stops. And then you have to keep looking at it so that they don't think you only turned back because they calmed down. I mean, that's the only thing to do.
No, that's hilarious. Right after they're done just screaming at them, you're like, you know, who did those pictures? We've been thinking about family portraits. That's a really good idea.
Where did you get that shirt? That's really nice. That probably doesn't fit you anymore. Do you think I have that?
Yeah, clearly the photo was taken in years past. No, that's good. I had another idea as you were saying that one, Blake, and it goes off, you know, the guidebooks that they make, and they sell a guidebook for dummies for every single category. Do you think it would be appropriate to just, you know, casually go to the bookstore, buy a copy of Parenting for Dummies and drop it off? Do you think that would be a good move, or how are you feeling about that one?
I mean, that's great. You can when you order something on Amazon, can you make it not have your name on it?
Yeah, you can put whoever's name you want. That's a good point. The anonymous order.
You can just send a mystery Amazon package right to their doorstep.
Oof.
And it can be Parenting 101, Parenting for Dummies, the Parenting Starter Kit. I mean, you can put in
it's like
just all sorts of things.
Discipline for Dummies.
Discipline 101, Intro to Parenting. I mean, I feel like if there's not those books out there, we're not even parents, but I feel like we should write them and put them out. And then it's just one page, and it's just don't yell at your kids in front of your neighbors. And then you just can send it to their door, and then you're free.
I mean, at least have the decency to take them into their room, shut the door, and then yell at them loudly enough that everybody in the house can still hear what's going on. But at least have the decency to, you know, shut that very thin door so you can, you know, kind of show everybody that there's something separating you from having to watch that kid get yelled at.
I like it. Did you ever get spanked?
Yeah,
as a child? Like
I definitely did.
I'm talking bare cheeks. Like, did you get the business?
I think I can remember one time, and that was one of the threats. That was one of the main threats. Like that was probably top tier worst
Mm.
punishment we could get was the bare butt spanking. And I am remembering one occasion where I was such a menace at our church service that I got pulled out and I was outside, lifted up like by my pants with my pants down and just whoosh,
In
spanked, dude.
church,
No, outside of the building.
but church is still going on. They just
Yeah.
went out the front door and they're
Yeah,
just
we were like out
wailing.
I didn't remember if it was like on the way home, if I had said something disrespectful during like the class time or what happened. But
That's
that's something that sticks with
hilarious.
you because yeah, I was like realizing I was like, these people all live by us. Like these people I was probably like I was really little, but for some reason I can still remember that because it was traumatizing.
I like to imagine in the neighbor scenario that they just take their kid and just start wailing on them right like mid conversation. They keep talking to you, but they're just spanking them.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, anyway, yeah, the
Yeah, that was a
Joneses
good
just
game
told
last
us that they
Saturday,
were,
huh?
yeah. Just going to, what do you think about potentially joining in on the discipline? That's a scenario that we haven't yet visited. You're like, yeah, I can't believe you don't clean your room. Our kids all clean their rooms and just adding to the discipline,
Mm.
throwing them under the bus and just completely, ruining their day.
That's great because that's going to make the parents feel uncomfortable too. And then you're just throwing it right back at them because you're uncomfortable. And if you can just make them feel uncomfortable and get the whole situation over with, or maybe the kid will stop acting up, having an outside source really, go after
Yeah.
them. I think that's fantastic. I like that a lot, actually.
No, for some reason, and this applies to like the older I've gotten too. So, something your parents say, you're just like, yeah, whatever. And then somebody else comes along that's like a random neighbor, a random person that you met like two times, and they give you advice. Dang, that was deep. That's good
No,
advice. I should
yeah.
remember that. Why is that?
Yeah. I feel like your parents give you so much information that over the course of time, you just like you become numb to it almost. Like just with all the advice that they're giving you. And you trust your parents a lot more than you trust those other random people. But because it's, coming from somebody who never gives you advice, that's got to mean a lot more. So, parents, hot tip. If you want your kids to listen to you, just don't talk to them until you really need them to know something.
You were coming up on the most amazing pro tip, and you totally got it wrong. What you need to say is go to the random neighbor and give them the advice that you want to give to your kid and tell them to tell it to them. You know what I mean?
It's like the parent swap, but it's just
Mhm.
like advice swaps.
Yeah.
You swap parenting and discipline with your neighbor's kids.
Yeah.
That's
It's like
fantastic.
a neighbor, friend, coach, you just give them a script of
Mm.
something that they need to say. And they're like, hey, Billy, have you ever thought that maybe your life would be better if you spent more time studying? And he's like, I never thought about that. All of a sudden, we got a
Yeah.
valedictorian. All of a sudden, we got a
Oh,
Harvard grad. I think we
I
came across a good pro tip.
I'm thinking we have a business model right in front of us. We just need to hire one guy, or we can do it ourselves. And we'll say, hey, it depends on the advice, but we'll say $100. I'll go and I'll tell your kid whatever you want me to say. But because it's coming from me, they're going to listen. And then, we put up flyers and then you spend 5 minutes out of your day, you discipline all these kids and parents are happy. Kids are obviously doing way better. I mean, you said valedictorian. That's fantastic. I'm raking it in. I mean, this is a gold mine that we just came up with. So I'm a huge fan of that. I
Yeah, it's
think,
just like secondhand advice or something.
oh, secondhand advice. It's a thrift store advice. There's a name in there. We'll find it. We'll find it. I
We
think we
maybe haven't
solved.
found it yet, but
Yeah, I think we solved that one though. I'm feeling really good. Do we have time for one more, Porter?
let's do it. I say, why not?
All right, because this one I think we need to get to. It is more sad, actually.
Oh no.
This
Don't do
person,
this to me today,
this
Blake. I'm
person,
already in my feels.
this person sent in. I'm not going to say their name. I don't want to. I don't want to out them in case their friend listens to this podcast because they said my friend has had 7 pets die this year alone, and we're not even halfway through. I don't know how to tell her that she should not buy any more.
I mean, the only acceptable excuse is if all seven were goldfish.
Even then, my sister has had a goldfish for I don't even know how long. It's that goldfish is darn near older than I am. It is,
Serious.
yeah. I mean, and she has left and had other people take care of this goldfish, and like, it thing is a trooper. And I am convinced that somewhere along the way somebody swapped it out because
Yeah,
goldfish
somebody
do not
swapped.
live this long.
100%.
But it has some sort of distinctive something to it, or maybe it recognizes her, like, and it swims up to her when she comes home. I have no
Swims
idea.
up to her in a bowl.
Well, yeah, it has. It's obviously, if it's lived this long, it's a really advanced goldfish.
It
But
does. She does shake, and she just sees like the tiny fins, like.
oh, yeah, she's got a secret handshake with her goldfish. I have no idea how this thing has lived this long, though. Its name is Hulk, and it is 47 years old. This stupid goldfish. I mean, she changes the water out regularly, keeps it fresh. I mean, she pours her heart and soul into this thing. And now that I'm saying it, I'm hoping that it hasn't died and I just haven't been told it. But at least within the recent history, it was still alive. Otherwise, I'm making her relive the pain of death of a goldfish. But
Well, let me give some advice to all the fish owners out there because I do know somebody that has killed 7 pets within a year, and that is my dad. And so, growing up, we had like a nice, a square fish tank, and we had all sorts of good fish in there, and it was kind of fun. We named our fish. Mine was rainbowy. I remember.
rainbowy,
Good,
I
yeah,
like it.
a little creativity on the end, and we had like a silver dollar fish, like a big one, and we had the ones that go to the bottom and they like eat all the dust off of it or whatever. Come to find out, you've got to monitor the temperature pretty carefully, and so I think it was like a cold evening. My dad thought, I'm going to turn the heat up for these fish. It's kind of cold in here. He cooked
Boiled
all of
them.
our fish. He cooked all of our fish. All of our fish were dead, Blake, and I think I was probably 7 max, and that was a heartbreaking
Can you
day when Dad killed all the fish.
can you eat goldfish? Like,
I think people do, but I don't think it's nutritious in any way. I think
I
it's
guess
just stupid.
does it taste like? Let's say you actually cooked up a goldfish. Obviously, there's not a lot of meat, but like, would it taste like a fish? Whatever meat was on there, or would it have
I
a?
I bet like tiny bit,
Maybe
but
it's
it
a
has to be kind of
delicacy.
fishy. No,
Yeah, it's probably pretty fishy, I guess. I
you just
actually,
go.
I have a memory from when I was a kid, and this could totally not even be true, but I don't know where else this memory would have come from. But you know how you can go to the pet store and you can get goldfish for like super cheap. I mean, they were nothing. I don't know if it was my money or why my parents would allow this, but I'm pretty sure we bought like 18 goldfish and we put them all in one tank. And I think the next morning I came out and like 3/4 of them were dead.
Oh no. You didn't realize it's like when you played Zoo Tycoon as a kid, you didn't realize if you put them all in the same cage that they would die.
Yeah, and I'm just imagining that all these goldfish are swimming around a bunch of corpses all night.
Yeesh. That's awful.
So back to your friend, mystery listener. I just hope that these weren't hamsters because I feel like hamsters always die in the most horrific way possible.
Well, they
I
got the
can't.
metal cage. It's like there's so many places they could get stuck.
Well, have you ever had a hamster?
I have not.
Okay. I feel like every story I've heard of somebody who had a hamster, the way it died, it was like, oh, it was electrocuted. It fell out of a 3-story window. My dog ate it. Like, my sister, I think it was actually a guinea pig, but, same thing. We came home from a family vacation, and this was not as traumatic as it was, but I think my grandpa was supposed to be taking care of this thing, and apparently it was fine. And we came home, and I don't remember exactly how it died, but it was traumatic enough that when my sister walked through the door, she just screamed, "It's dead!" And just, and it was the first thing we heard when we came back home. And so everybody was panicked and ran inside. But every single person I've ever talked to that has had a hamster, the things just don't like living, I think.
I just think they're so weak that it's not really a positive experience to have them because you buy the wheel, you buy the ball, you buy the cool water thing, and all they do is sleep all day,
Oh
and then
yeah.
they wake up at 2 a.m. and squeak the wheel,
And
and they won't use the tubes.
those balls do not work. We had those guinea pigs growing up. Not once did I ever see one of those balls rolling with a little thing inside of it. You have to like physically push it, and then it's just scrambling for its life. It's having
It's
a
trying to
heart
stop.
attack. Yeah,
It's trying to brace
it's
it.
doing everything it can to make that ball not roll. So those
Gosh.
things are. I don't know who came up with it, but they do not work as well as
Well,
what I think.
at least you didn't get scammed into buying the one where it's like, it's like the Chuck E. Cheese with all the tubes. It's got like
Mm,
tubes and slides. People buy those for their hamster, and then the thing just sits in the little bark and never even goes in it ever.
I'm
So
certain. I'm certain there's been countless hamsters that have just crawled up in there, gotten stuck, and died.
they just forgot about them.
I'm choosing to believe that at least 3 of these 7 pets were hamsters, and
Oh yeah, for
and 2 of
sure.
them died via tube asphyxiation. Like I just
Yeah, no, I mean, whatever this friend is doing, I think you just need to tell them to have a break. You don't need to have a pet for a while. If you this is your track record, you need to gain some positive momentum, and I'm going to tell you how to do that. You get them a plant. They need to
mm,
be able to maintain a plant, keep it alive, because that's a lot easier than a pet. If they can do that for 6 months, then you can get them something that's a little bit of a step up. Maybe we can start talking pets again, but you
did
need to build them up.
did you just say a plant is easier to keep alive than a pet? I
Absolutely. All you
am
do,
adamantly
you,
against that. Plants
it,
are the hardest things to keep alive. You water them not enough, obviously they die. You water them too much, oh, they drowned. You leave them alone for half a second in the sunlight for too long, they get cooked. Oh, you didn't put it in the sunlight enough, they're dead. Plants are impossible to keep alive. I've had one plant my whole life. I think it lasted a week.
I don't know how you can say that because the Earth has been keeping plants alive for, I think like 7 billion years on its own. So how can you say that it's the hardest thing to keep a plant alive if
A
nature does
house
it?
plant. A house plant is very different than nature. Specific things grow in certain places because they, are made for that type of weather. But a house plant is not made for your living room. There's no plants that grow there naturally. So that's why it's hard.
Okay, I think that's fair, but maybe if you stop buying cactuses and orange trees and buy something that can fit the climate,
No,
you'll be okay.
cactuses are the easiest ones to keep alive because you don't have to do anything to them.
Yeah, it has to be like 1,000 degrees though.
No, not all cactuses. There's cactuses here in our state where we're at. That's not
In the
unheard
southern
of.
part where it's 100 degrees right now.
Look, you can have a cactus at your house and keep it alive way longer than 99 other things. The problem here is really the humidity because it's not humid at all, and a lot of plants need just like moisture in the air to stay alive. Otherwise, you have to water them like a crap ton.
I think you're going to get destroyed by plant lovers about this
No,
episode. I feel like you're spitting lies.
they're gonna back me up. They're gonna back me up. My wife, I'm surprised you can't see any plants in here. She loves her plants. She has them all over the place. She's killed countless of them. She's kind of sort of started to figure it out. The only plants she can keep alive are the ones gifted to her for whatever reason. If she buys a plant, it's dead. So those things are impossible to keep alive. What they really should do is, if their friend just refuses to not have any more pets, is buy them a turtle. Because those things have a shell. So if the problem is you're stepping on them, no problem. You can step on a turtle, and it's
Can you?
I mean,
Like the little pet one?
you can't curb stomp it, but it has it. I mean, it's gonna hold up better than a hamster. I know that for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
And also, turtles just live forever. It seems. Like maybe a tortoise is really what you want. I think those are really what live a long time, and they have like a real nice thick shell to them. So buy them a tortoise, and if they kill that thing, then PETA should lock them up.
For sure. But imagine this. I thought of this as you were talking about that. Why not just let them get snakes? Because everybody hates snakes. and we'd like to see snakes killed. So this person, we're not helping them become better pet owners. We're just letting them buy one snake, it dies. Buy another snake, it dies. Buy another snake, and they just keep dying, and they keep killing all the snakes until there's no more snakes.
You're going to get roasted by the snake lovers online.
There's no one. Nobody likes snakes.
There's countless people that like snakes. I'm not a huge I'm not a huge fan of any sort of animal that needs a terrarium, but I know there's lots of people that love snakes. So if they're going to get a pet as anything that we want to eradicate, it should be like pet mosquitoes. Just take in a whole hive of bees. Like that's the type of things we need.
No, I would rarely group an entire, population of people that like something and call them all weirdos. But snake people, all weirdos. I have yet to meet a normal snake person. The guy that just like runs up and starts picking up snakes and holding it. They're never normal. So I'll just throw that out there as we close up this segment.
I hope you get cooked online for that one. I know it's going to happen too. I can't wait.
Oh, great. Well, that was a good segment. We had some good advice there. Hopefully you found something that was useful. If you guys have any questions that you want to ask us, make sure to submit them on our Instagram at PM and the AM podcast. You go to our bio. We have a link there where you click on it. The top link will be the Google form where you can anonymously send in these questions that we love to answer. We are going to be right back. We're going to be doing the celebrity guess a celebrity segment right after the break. So don't go anywhere. It's going to be entertaining.
With warmer temperatures approaching, there is no better way to cool off than with some authentic Brazilian açaí from Barraca Açaí. I lived in Brazil for 2 years and I fell in love with açaí, but when I came back to the US, I was pretty disappointed with the quality of the options here. That is until I found Barraca Açaí, which tastes exactly like what they serve in Brazil, because that's exactly what it is. Imported from Brazil and delivered to your doorstep, it is the best treat for summer months. Whether you want it as a healthier alternative to ice cream, or covered in sweetened condensed milk like I do, açaí is a superfood that is super delicious. If you're interested, visit their Instagram at Barraca Açaí, that's BAHAKAACAI, and send them a DM and let them know that PM in the AM sent you.
And we are back. Blake, I'm so excited to do this celebrity segment again, the segment where we take crazy facts about celebrities that you probably don't know. We share them with each other, having the other host try and guess who it is. Along the way, we can give them up to 3 hints, and we will see who comes out ahead. Make sure if you're at home listening, on the road, wherever you're at, play along. Let us know how you did at the end. We'll see who has a better celebrity knowledge. Blake, last time I remember that you told me you didn't know much about like the celebrity relationship, so I tried to go down that road as much as possible.
Glory. Here's the thing. I don't know that much about any celebrities, just period. There's like maybe a handful that I could tell you anything about. You show me a picture, I won't know their name. But the relationship side of things, it is just miserable. I have no clue. So if those are your hints, you can just skip that hint and go to the next one. So
now, my real goal for this segment is to have you, in the grocery store checkout line when there's all those magazines. I mean, they're just like Life or People. I don't know what it's called, but my goal is that next time you're at the grocery store, you're going to be doing a quick flip through the pages, trying to skim the magazine to get caught up so that you can get the answers right. Yeah.
Trying to study for the test before
we get Blake on a subscription to celebrity gossip. That's the goal of this segment. But Blake, who do you want to go first this week? You want me to go first? What are you feeling?
You know what? I'll go first. I'm going to give you one here.
All right.
This celebrity has a framed picture of Kanye interrupting her in her living room. It's captioned, "Life is full of little interruptions."
I don't have any idea. I'm trying to think who would be associated with Kanye, and I'm guessing this is pre all of his issues.
I imagine this is from a while ago. Yeah.
For some reason, I want to say Martha Stewart as a random guess.
What does Martha Stewart and Kanye have in common?
Well, I know she's close with Snoop Dogg. Have you not seen the commercials for the lighters? And she's like, "It's for cooking." And then he's like, "It's for something else."
I love the visual of Snoop Dogg, Martha Stewart, and Kanye all just hanging out, the best of pals.
Yeah.
No, it is not Martha Stewart.
Dang.
She has broken 58 Guinness World Records.
So I'm thinking like an Olympian maybe now. That kind of feels like it'd have to be in the Olympics to do 58 records.
Guinness World Records, though. So it's not like Guinness keeps track
Oh,
of everything. It's not just the fastest hurdler.
oh, dude, we should do a segment on Guinness World Records because they are the absolute most stupid things. They
That's
have it for
smart.
everything. But that didn't help at all. I'm gonna need the next hint.
Okay. Her first single was called Tim McGraw, which reached the top 10 songs in the country charts in 2006.
Was that my last hint?
No, you have one more.
Oh, Tim McGraw, Faith Hill.
Nope, not quite. All right. She is well known for writing music about previous relationships.
Taylor Swift?
It is Taylor Swift. Yes.
Oh, dang. Yeah, see, I didn't even see that one coming. That was good. I
Yeah,
just
the Guinness World Records were all like, the most songs streamed, most total time, like things like that. I don't know what all 58 of them are. I didn't look into it,
dang,
but
I was really hoping it'd be like most basketballs juggled while on a unicycle and all the other things that Guinness World Records usually are. Guinness World Records are like so stupid. It's like,
longest string bean. Like
yeah.
she has it.
No, that one actually really threw me off. I would have not seen that being Taylor Swift. So, I mean, good job with that one. All right. You ready for my first one, Blake?
I'm ready. Hit me.
All right. This celebrity was living in Maui and working at Bubba Gump to pay bills before their big Hollywood break.
Living in Maui?
Hmm.
Okay. I'm imagining they're an islander then, from. All right, I'm gonna get the first hint before I get too far into my thoughts here.
Okay. His hairline has made a major comeback recently.
His his hairline is made of. Okay, so my first guess was The Rock.
That takes care of that one.
I know that can't be right.
Like, imagine you just look in the news and you see that The Rock has a full head of hair. You're like, oh.
I mean, the only person I could think of whose hairline has had a major comeback is LeBron James, but I don't think he was working at Bubba Gump Shrimp. So
Yeah, I think you're okay.
let's go on to the next hint. Let's see.
Okay. He is married to Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter.
I thought you were gonna say he's married to Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I was like, I didn't know Arnold Schwarzenegger was gay. Okay, that didn't help at all. I have no idea who his daughter is.
All right. I think you'll be able to get it with this. He tames raptors in Jurassic World.
Chris Pratt?
That is correct.
Oh, he's married to Arnold. I feel like I've heard that actually. Okay.
Yeah, that was one I got while I was looking it up.
Did you
I
say
didn't really
his
have
hairline has made a comeback?
Yeah, look at his hair in Parks and Rec versus Guardians of the Galaxy.
I feel like it's the same. I feel like he just lost weight.
No, it's
I'm
not.
I'm
If
watching
you
Parks
see
and
it,
Rec right now, and I wouldn't say he has a bad hairline in Parks and Rec.
no, but it's made a major comeback.
All right, I'm gonna have to pay attention next time.
Yeah,
Good to
look it
know.
up.
All right, we made it though. The last hint, but we got it. All right, you're next. This celebrity told Jimmy Fallon that he almost changed his name to Chuck Spadina or Templeton Page Taylor.
Those are stupid names, and I have no idea who would possibly do that. I'm gonna need a hint.
In Hawaiian, his name means cool breeze over the mountains.
Why are we talking about Hawaii so much today, and
I
why
don't
are
know.
your hints so bad?
When you mentioned Maui, I was like, did we bring up the same guy? But it's not Chris Pratt. I'll tell you that right now.
No, because I don't know who Art Templeton is. I
Templeton
need another
Page
hint.
Taylor. All right. Their first leading role was in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Okay, so I think that's like an old movie, so it's got to be somebody, probably in their
You've never
60s
seen-
now.
You've never seen Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's a classic.
I've heard
You
of it.
gotta-
I haven't
You
seen
got to
it.
watch it. It's a classic. All right,
I don't know who the
I'll give you your
heck
last
that'd
hint,
be.
though. I'm not entirely sure how helpful this will be. but he is well known for doing his own stunts.
Ah, I know Tom Cruise is, but I think we had Tom Cruise on here last time, or at least we
Yeah,
had Tom Cruise's lover.
yeah, we had Tom Cruise last time, so it is not Tom Cruise. I didn't double down on him.
Okay. Who else would do their own stunts? Evil Knievel.
It is an actor. I don't think people can.
Dang, yeah, I got no idea.
It is Keanu Reeves.
Oh, really? Okay, I
Yep.
didn't know he did his own stunts.
Yeah,
But I mean, his name is weird.
yeah, Keanu. He was named after his uncle, and
Okay.
apparently that means cool breeze over the mountains. But yeah, he in like the new Matrix movie that just came out not too long ago. I mean, he's 50 something now, I think, and he jumped off of a building like
Dang.
a bunch of times in one day, and everybody was like, "Dude, you need to calm down." So that's why I brought that one up. But
That's a good one. I had no idea. All right, you ready for your next one?
let's do it.
Okay, this celebrity owns the title of world's biggest carbon footprint.
Okay, I imagine it's somebody who travels a lot because planes is probably the only way I can imagine that happens. Let's hear the next one.
Their plane has been used 170 out of the first 200 days of the year.
This year, you're talking?
Yeah,
So they've flown a lot recently, but I was right about the plane.
you
I
were
still
on.
don't,
Yeah.
I still don't know who it would be, who's flown that much. It doesn't,
You ready for your next hint?
yeah, yeah.
She is famous for writing albums post breakup.
Taylor Swift.
You got it.
We gave the same clue. That's incredible.
Dang, I should have done the other clue first. I don't know what I was thinking. The other clue was her concert tickets have caused serious controversy recently.
I would have
Yeah.
gotten that either way. Yeah.
I guess
My
she has like the biggest carbon footprint in the world. So if you ever hear her talk about anything environmental, don't listen because
I
she's
feel
flying for like 20-minute flights to get places easier.
I feel like I've heard that, and that's why it made me think of planes right away. But I didn't know it was Taylor Swift. But I've heard that celebrities have huge carbon footprints because of how often they fly, and most of the time they're flying private, so it's a plane transporting a handful of people instead of however many are in regular planes. So
And
that's
meanwhile, they're
interesting.
telling us to use a paper straw so the turtles don't die while
Yeah.
they just put jet fuel right into the ocean.
At her concert, there's paper straws.
Yeah. All for what?
All right, I'll get you your last one here. This celebrity's pockets had to be sewn shut to prevent them from taking food on set while filming.
Would I be wrong to think of a big boy here?
That would be pretty judgmental of you on that.
Or somebody that's hungry a lot. I don't know. I got no idea.
They were hungry a lot. All right. There is a hashtag on TikTok inspired by his most popular character that has over 21 billion views.
Oh, good thing I study all the hashtags on TikTok with views. Ah,
It's got 21 billion, bro. I mean, that's a lot.
21 billion with this guy's character. So you're saying he played like an animated character?
Or, I mean, a character could be in anything.
Dang. No idea. I want the next clue.
Okay. Despite having been in 8 films from the same series, he reportedly only had 31 minutes of screen time.
8 films has to be Fast and Furious. 31 minutes of screen time. Or it could be Harry Potter. I think there's 8 films of Harry Potter. What else is there 8 of?
Yeah, that narrows it down quite a bit because there's not too many series that have had.
I think there's
8
more than 8
films.
Fast and Furious, right?
Oh, there's 47 Fast and Furious. It's because they
Man.
keep bringing in billions of dollars. So they keep making them.
Let me guess the guy that plays Hagrid, but I don't know his name.
No, it is not.
Dang.
You were really going for the snack thing, huh?
That was an educated guess.
All right. You'll probably get it on this one. He was the young antagonist in a movie series based off of a book.
So I think I'm on the right track. Is there anything else that has 8 that I'm just glancing over? But I don't know who Draco Malfoy is. I don't know who plays him. But that's my
If
guess.
if you want to say the actor, I mean the character, that's fine.
Yeah,
Are you guessing
is that
Draco?
right?
It
Yeah.
is Draco. Yeah.
Okay.
Tom
They,
Felton is the.
Tom, yeah. No idea who that is. I mean, I've seen him in the movie, but I didn't know he had to have his pockets sewn shut because he would just eat food on the set.
Yeah,
Seems irresponsible.
and it was just. I mean, he was like, how old were they when they were filming those first movies? It was like
They were
10
like
years old or
kids, yeah.
something. So
Yeah.
it was his robes in the pockets. He kept putting snacks in there, so they had to sew the pockets of his robe closed so he wouldn't keep bringing snacks while they were filming.
They didn't want him crinkling around while they're trying to get the good shot.
He's in the background of the scene. You just see him.
Like, this is a product placement.
Slowly opening up a wrapper.
That could have been the most epic product placement if they like opened up a thing of Oreos like mid movie and then it was like an Easter egg. You had to find it in the movie.
I'm
That was
imagining
close to greatness.
the rows of tables in Harry Potter with all with all the candles floating above, and there's food on them, and there's just a package of Oreos sitting in front of him.
That guy snuck into the movie. That would have been amazing if he snuck something in. But yeah, I didn't know his name. Kind of got it off.
I mean, you
I'm
got
glad-
it.
I
I
got
didn't
there.
expect you to know Tom Felton. I probably wouldn't have. But my wife's a huge Harry Potter fan, so she's mentioned his name a couple of times.
Well, I think you'll get this last one, but we'll see here. It might take a couple of hints. So, this celebrity has said they believe in leprechauns, among other Irish myths.
Okay, no clue.
Okay. She had a blood drinking ritual with her former lover.
Yeah, no, I don't know what that could
Nothing.
possibly even. This psychopath is a celebrity. Like,
Yeah.
they need to be in prison. All right.
Before her blood drinking lover, she was formerly married to Brian Austin Green.
Who the heck is Brian Austin Green? You
I
don't
really
even
had
know.
a hard time. I had a
You
hard time
looked
coming
up-
up with clues.
You looked up ex-husband of.
I had a hard time coming up with clues, but you should know this person.
All right.
You will know who it is with the last clue.
Drinking blood. Oh, I have one more clue.
Yeah, one more clue.
Okay, and hit me.
She was in Transformers.
Megan Fox.
Yep.
She was drinking blood.
Yeah, with MGK, Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
My childhood is ruined. Little tiny Blake used to love watching Transformers, and it wasn't because of the robots. So that's heartbreaking to find out she drinks blood. That's awful.
I thought you were a Bumblebee guy. You always told me you're a big Bumblebee guy.
Yeah, because Megan Fox was in the movie.
Oh, that's funny.
Like 2007, Megan Fox was great. Everything after that apparently has gone very downhill.
Yeah, I mean, at the point of leprechauns, that's just a little weird.
Wait, I forgot about that. Wait, I was stuck up on the she drinks blood thing. She believes in leprechauns?
Yeah, I've read an article that said she believes in leprechauns among other Irish myths.
Well, okay.
I feel like that's been something that's like clearly debunked, though. You know, like if you still believe in leprechauns, it's like
I mean, I don't even know if you need to debunk leprechauns. I don't think that's right along with unicorns and centaurs. Like people just know those things aren't real.
they're like mythical. All right, there we have it. I think we did pretty poorly. I think without the obvious hints at the end, we would have been 0 for 6 today.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see because I feel like last time when we posted these on Instagram and wherever else, I could be wrong, but I feel like we only posted the initial question, the believes in leprechauns or whatever. So it'll be interesting to see if people get them because we had quite a few people comment the right answer based off of some obscure fact last time. So
Yeah,
I'm
people
interested to
knew that
see
fact.
who knows that Taylor Swift has a framed picture of Kanye hanging up.
I think people would know that because they generally know more about Taylor Swift. I feel
Oh
like if we
yeah,
make reels about the Taylor Swift plane thing and the Kanye picture, people are gonna know that because
yeah,
she's
yeah.
big news.
There's some hardcore Swifties, as they say. So
True. All right. Well, anything else for the listeners on the way out today, Blake?
no, that's it. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for tuning in. Please share the show with a friend, and we will catch you guys next week.
Peace out.
Congrats on making it all the way to the end. We hope you enjoyed the show. You are now officially part of the PM and the AM fan base, the morning people, and we are super pumped to have you here. Now that you're a part of the crew, please share the episode with a friend, and make sure to check out the rest of our shows and social media content for more hilarious brackets, crazy questions, and an overall great time. Thanks for listening. It truly means a lot to us, and we'll catch you guys next week.